It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. What's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We are here live for the first of two streams, the last two live streams of 2020 on this channel. And this one's going to be an emotional one. Boy, what a show tonight we had for AEW. As, of course, tonight was originally the first night of the New Year's Smash. They were calling it that little special they were going to have. Unfortunately, though, and of course, I had to change the graphics for this stream in particular. But unfortunately, over the weekend, because of the death, well, for us fans, it was sudden. For his family, it wasn't, because his condition apparently had been getting worse and worse. But this show was dedicated to one man. A man who we all knew did not get the respect he deserved in WWE. Didn't get, the opportunities he deserved in WWE. He came to AEW and he proved himself right from the get-go. And unfortunately, his life came to a sudden end this past Saturday, December 26, 2020, at the age of 41. Mr. Brodie Lee, of course, real life name, Jon Huber. This show was dedicated in his memory. And to me, this was one of the top 3 emotional shows I've watched as a wrestling fan. I mean, of course, there is, the Eddie Guerrero tribute show and a couple other tribute shows, but to me, the ones I experienced live, the 3 most emotional shows to me that I ever watched was the night Daniel Bryan retired, the night that Roman Reigns announced that he had his leukemia, and this show. Of course, this was the first actual, tribute show for a death of a wrestler that I've watched, and it was just so beautifully done. There was no way. Okay, this show was not focused on Revolution. It was not focused on really building much for the future. Okay, we had, of course, another, encounter with Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, but this show was just to honor one man, a loved man in wrestling, and we just saw it through all the promos and whatnot. And also it really put over Dark Order. Dark Order to me tonight went to a complete different direction. And knowing AEW, they're probably going to go with the flow of it. Probably make Dark Order a little bit more of like a babyface stable now, because of obviously what's happened to their leader, the Exalted One, Brodie Lee again, who unfortunately passed away this past weekend at the age of 41. Very sudden to a lot of us fans. And this was a great show. I mean, the matches were good. I mean, the storytelling, as far as progressing things further, wasn't really there, but tonight was about the moments. And the moments that were involved in it made this show so great. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the best episodes of Dynamite and one of the best wrestling shows of 2020 for sure. So we're going to just talk about, recap what all happened on this show, and just talk about a couple of odds and ends, and then we're going to get out of here, because I do have one more stream, of course, coming tonight, basically my end of the year stream. Let's check the live chat first. We've got Mark. Good to talk to you, Mark. Not too bad about yourself, man. That was a beautiful tribute show, indeed. He didn't even watch NXT. Neither did I, and I'm probably just going to be watching the highlights, to be honest, because I'm only working a half day tomorrow, and then I'm going to visit my sister in Virginia over the weekend for New Year's. So I'm probably going to do some type of a review. If I have any time to do any reviews over the week, it'll probably be late at night on my laptop. Very brief, just recap videos, just to keep caught up. Because again, I'm not going to be in town this week. Let me see here. What's up, Tyler? And we got the Elite Squad. What's up, Elite Squad? Why are people hating on WWE for their tribute towards Harper? The company's allowed to, WWE didn't do didn't go all out and do all that what AEW did tonight. But there is a lot of course, postal tribute towards Luke Harper for sure. Even though, once again, he should have been booked much better in WWE, but he finally got that booking and proved to be a main event level star in AEW, even if his time was cut short. But, yeah, WWE should be allowed to do their tribute as well, for sure. And at least, they're not going to be able to top off what AEW did, but, So I'm just going to recap basically what all happened on this show. We had the 10 bell salute at the beginning for Brodie Lee. His wife and his kids were there. The one, of course, who got most of the spotlight, though, was Brodie Lee Jr., or whatever heck if that's really Brodie Huber, or whatever heck Brodie's real name is. He got to basically dress up in like a Dark Order costume. He's being called now -1 of the Dark Order. Apparently rumors have it that they actually signed him to a contract, and once he's old enough to wrestle, he's going to wrestle for AEW. Carry on in his dad's footsteps. That sounds awesome to me. I hope it definitely gets to happen for him. He went around carrying a kendo stick, of course, throughout the show. And they're also on stage at the beginning of the 10 bell salute. We had several matches that members of the Dark Order were involved, such as the opening match with the Young Bucks and Colt Cabana team up against Matt Hardy and Private Party. Aside from the fact that I'm starting to get a little confused as to what's really going on with this Matt Hardy heel character, that he's all of a sudden a heel. Throughout the match, Private Party was basically disagreeing with Matt, saying he shouldn't be doing it that way, however he's doing it. So we have that. And then, of course, throughout the match, and most of the night, everybody was doing some type of, Brodie Lee move, like a Brodie bomb, the discus clothesline, and there was other maneuvers. In his opening match, though, again, Colt Cabana, of course, who was a member of Dark Order, he spotlighted in this match. This was probably, in my opinion, and most of our opinions, one of Colt's best performances he had put on since joining AEW for sure, and he actually got the pinfall victory as they defeated Matt Hardy and Private Party. Afterwards, Sinclair came out and talked to trash about Dark Order, but SCU stopped them. Lance Archer, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson took on Eddie Kingston, the Butcher and the Blade, and Lance Archer, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson won. Lance Archer actually was dressed up similar to how Luke Harper dressed up in WWE, which was a nice touch, even though I don't get, again, why is Lance Archer adding like a baby face here, but I like the tribute to Brodie, the way he dressed up as Luke Harper in the match. My favorite match probably, though, was still Hangman Adam Page, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds taking on MJF, Santana, and Ortiz. Solely because, this was one of two big moments for Brodie Lee Jr., who basically MJF was trashed on him throughout the match, and then Brodie Lee Jr. actually took out MJF with a kendo stick. That was awesome to see. What was also awesome to see, and I never thought I'd pop as much as I did for this man, but during the match, Wardlow came out to get involved inside of the inner circle, of course. But following him, who came running out? And I'm not sure if this is a one-off appearance or they legitimately did sign him with AEW. Eric Rowan. Eric freaking Rowan. Of course, longtime tag team partner for Brodie Lee, Luke Harper in WWE. Of course, Jericho mentions Eric Rowan, Big Red, the Bludgeon Brothers. He mentions there was some WWE terms that were mentioned on the show tonight, of course, and even, of course, some photos in the tribute video that they had. But Eric Rowan came storming out and took out Wardlow, eventually leading again to the Young Bucks and to Hangman, Adam Page, Silver, and Reynolds winning, and afterwards, he celebrated the Dark Order by holding up a sign that says, "I love you, brother, I'll see you again soon," or something like that, and he got very emotional, which was heart-wrenching to me for sure, and most of the other guys throughout the show as well. There was that match. We had some women's action with Anna Jay and Tay Conchi taking on Britt Baker and Penelope Ford. Good match. I love the finish. Basically, Anna Jay had Penelope Ford in a submission hold. Britt Baker came in. Tay Conchi hit some cyclical like Superman punch to take out Britt Baker, and then just took out Reba, Rebel, whatever her name is. And after she'd taken out each one of them, that's when it forced Penelope Ford to tap out. And of course, the women, paid tribute to Brodie Lee as well with their maneuvers as well. Afterwards, Britt says that her match was rigged, making a Brodie Lee reference, when Thunder Rosa came out and attacked her. Again, they're still teasing that match. Again, I'm hoping they save it for Revolution, but let's wait and see. And then the main event was the Brodie Lee Jr. Dream Match, which Brodie Lee Jr. had set up. Cody Rhodes, Orange Cassidy, and number 10 of the Dark Order took on Team Taz, and excellent main event match. The babyface team won with 10, gained the pinfall victory. But afterwards, though, Team Taz goes to take out the three of them, but when the lights go out, Darby Allin and Sting came out and basically scared off Team Taz, to which I thought, oh my goodness, I thought we were going to actually see Sting wrestle on live TV, but I guess not. Not yet, but let's wait and see. Those were the matches. Throughout the night, the tributes that were made to Brodie Lee came from the names of like Chris Jericho, who told some stories about him in Saudi Arabia and how him and Brodie wrestled 27 times in their careers. Eddie Kingston also paid tributes as well. Multiple other wrestlers and personnel in the AEW paid their tributes. Darby Allin did his. The one though that stood out to me most, though, that I really enjoyed, I thought was super gut wrenching and the best one in my opinion, was the one that Jon Moxley cut at the beginning of the show. Let me find it and actually read you what Moxley said. Where is it? But yeah, I still can't believe how much I popped for Eric Rowan. I never thought you'd give me the pop like that for Eric Rowan. Okay, so Moxley starts off by saying, I'm going to read you everything he said. He has never had a hard time coming up with words. What more can be said that he hasn't said, that hasn't been said? That's the easy part, since everyone has only had anything to say. Brodie liked to rile guys up in the locker room. He brought joy to the people around him. He has spent over a decade with Brodie, from armories in bingo halls to packed arenas and stadiums, referring to WWE, of course. He loved being a dad, husband, and father above all. This wasn't just a job. He used to tell John all the time, "It's great, you're going to love it." Moxley says, "Not me. Who says he likes doing what he wants?" Brodie would then tell him that he traded all for his family. Moxley says when he thinks of a man with a kid, that's exactly what pro wrestling is. It's a community. When brought together by this one thing we love, and tonight we come together again to rage against the dying of the light, to celebrate someone who he hopes inspires everyone to appreciate the people we love every single day. Smell the roses, appreciate the sunrises. He knows he will. Every day is a gift, special. Every day he spent with Brodie was all the more special. He loves him and he will never forget him. Again, as I said in my video when Brodie passed away on Saturday, again, just a simple message about 2020 is that you can't take anything for granted, and enjoy the moments while you can, basically. And that's what Moxley said. So very heartfelt, so very gut wrenching, as both personal and from the mark that Brodie had left on so many people. And that's why, of course, I really love that. I mean, all the tributes, the testimonials were excellent. That one with Moxley, I thought, was the best one, in my opinion. And then going back to the end of the show, Cody Rhodes leads an in-ring tribute to Brodie Lee, noting how the wrestling industry was positively affected by him. And then he asked for Brodie Lee Jr. to come out, who came out to Brodie's theme music. And his mother came out. Tony Khan proclaims to him the AEW TNT Championship for life, which it was clarified that TNT Championship that Brodie Lee had held is going to be retired. We're still going to have a TNT Championship, but a different design, as the original one is now going to be for Brodie Lee Jr. As kind of a retired, honoree for Brodie Lee, which I think is amazing. Then they had a tribute show afterwards, showed a bunch of through the years photos of him. It was beautiful, and we go off the air. Again, just a very beautiful tribute show to definitely celebrate the life and the memory of Brodie Lee. Again, he may have been very underutilized in WWE, but this man had 1 year, had one more year left in him in his life. He didn't know at the time, but he made the best out of it. He made the best out of his run in AEW. It was awesome to show how much more he could offer on the table. We wish he could have got more, but unfortunately, his time came. But beautiful, emotional night. Great tribute show. Gotta give it an A. This show deserves an A, in my opinion. And let's check the live chat also one more time. Favorite part was when Brodie Lee Jr. cracked MJF in the head. Mine too. It was cool seeing Rowan. Moxley coming back on New Year's Day. We're getting that next week. And rest in peace Brodie Lee, a.k.a. Luke Harper, 1979 to 2020. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's going to do it for this review. Again, thank you for joining me live for this, review on this tribute show for Brodie Lee. I'll be back up here one more time in a few minutes, just to wrap up my year, and that would be the final video I do for 2020. So, guys, once again, thank you for joining me live. Rest in peace to Brodie Lee. Excellent tribute show. Great way to celebrate his life and his memory. What are your thoughts on the show, guys? Please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe and comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirborne93. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes for my 2020 channel review end of the year video. Till then, guys, I'm out. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you all soon. Peace out, everybody.